Garmin Nuvi 1490 LMT. Yep, this one. Software version 630, which appears to be the last firmware ever released for its software version. And yeah, I do have the latest maps in here. What is a 1490? Well, essentially it is a Nuvi 50LM. It actually came out before the 50LM. I think this is a 2009 model. The 50LM is a 1490 with a bunch of stuff taken out. This has all the stuff in it. Yes, it is lifetime maps. Yes, it does have traffic, which is supported with the GTM36 traffic cord / power adapter thing. And well, I'll get to the negatives of this before getting to the positives. The only real negative of this unit is that when you are searching for stuff from the point of interest, for example, and I spell the name, because of the modern map image and the way this thing does its dynamic search, there is what I call a stutter. So I'm going to search for Dunkin' Donuts and watch what happens. So D-U, see it stutters right there? It will continue. Yeah, there it goes. Continues. K-I-O. And yeah, and it finally goes, and then I can hit done and it will perform its search. Yes, it is a slower unit, to be sure, because this is 2009, working from a modern map database, which has a lot more stuff in it compared to the old stuff. This is the main reason why these things get slower. It's not that the processor is wearing out or the memory is wearing out or anything like that. It's just because the map has just so many more points of interest in it. And eventually, yes, there we go. I find a Dunkin' Donuts and I can start going. And that's why it
take exit 6B on the right to US 80 East.
Okay, that's why it takes a second for the map to draw and everything like that. It's the slowness, again, is not from its age. It's from the map data itself. Totally still usable today. Totally still usable. And let me just mute the volume on that real quick so it doesn't interrupt me again. So when you go back to the map, it takes a second for it to draw. It will draw, and it will work. But you just have to be just a little patient with this one. That's all. These things really hold their value, and I've been eyeing one of these for years. And the reason I didn't buy one sooner, oh, I'm glad I just saw this. Yes, this has the full screen junction view in it by default, which is amazing. That is one reason these things hold their value, because some people like that. Anyway, I haven't bought one sooner just because these things get so damned expensive, and I was able to find one finally for a good deal, which is why I got it now. Why do these things hold their value? Well, the first thing is what you just saw, is the full screen junction view. But there's another thing about this. Even with the stuttered search on the POIs, even with that, well, let me just go through the other positives, because I just showed you the only negative with the stuttered search. Okay, the readability is fantastic. Huge fonts, colorful, very easy to see things with proper contrast. It's gorgeous. It's really built for driving. Another reason is that thing you can't see, but it has a rubberized surround on the case, which is better for dissipating heat. So this thing can handle the heat a little better compared to some other units. But there's something else, and it's right off the main menu here, where if I tap the car icon, this does have pedestrian and bicycle mode. And there are a lot of people that really appreciate a unit that can do triple duty like this. You can use it in the car, you can use it when walking, assuming the battery is any good, and you can use it on a bicycle. Note that it doesn't have a motorcycle mode per se. but you could use that with the automobile mode. More or less the same thing as far as this Garmin is concerned. And in addition to that, we've also got the, I went over this recently. It does have the Eco Route. Now the HD connection thing, that's, I mentioned this before in a previous video. You can have this show gauges of sorts if you have the OBD2 connector from Garmin. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. But the one that is worth it is if you get a GTM 36, which will enable the traffic reporting. Doesn't work with a GTM 60. Tried it, and it just says, well, you need an update. But if you put in a GTM 36, it doesn't prompt any such notice. And you do have the picture viewer. Now the routes thing, this is actually a very early version of Trip Planner. It's more or less the same thing. Yeah. So if you know the Trip Planner, you know this. I can just do a new trip and add start points and end points and middle points and so on. And that's how that works. Also on the main map, oh, I might as well show this too. Also like the 50LM, I can go to, where's the map? Where are you at? Is it under settings? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Map, down, standard, more data. And just like the 50LM, I get these fields on the side. The top three, which are configurable to this. You'll notice on this one, on the 1490, it's a little more descriptive. Distance to destination, estimated time to destination, and so on. And these are the 5 options, actually 6 options, because there's one here too, estimated time of arrival. So there's that. And let me see if there's anything else I want to really show here. Oh yeah, you do have the, oh, my data, yeah. The one of the things about the 50LM that they took out is the ability to mass delete favorites, but in this one, I can go and just delete favorites and then just do a select all, or, oops, sorry, damn, it hit my phone, sorry. I can do either a select all or just select which ones I want to delete and go, instead of having to go to each individual favorite and delete it one by one. Yeah, and that works out pretty well. There is one other negative to this unit, and that is this, and this also happens on the 1350, 1390, 1450, 1490. When you are driving around, especially, I gotta show this. You'll notice I have it set to normal. If you have this actually set to most, let me see if I can actually show it here. Will it show it? No, it's because I'm not on the road that will show it. You will see a bunch of POI icons just start to appear. Garmin they didn't exactly take this away. Well, they sort of did, sort of didn't. Where when you're driving around with a 1490, whether you're navigating or tracking, if it's set to most, you're going to see a bunch of icons, little bit of map clutter going on with this one. And the only way to turn it off somewhat is to either choose normal or least for your map detail. Trying to think if there's anything else I can really point out here besides that. Oh yeah, this does use the text-to-speech version 1 voices, so you do get Jill, whereas in all the other ones you get Samantha in the later models, and you get Jack, and it sounds pretty good. I might as well show that. Let me punch up the volume first so you can hear Jill. Okay. And head on over and do the Jill voice. And this is what she sounds like.
In 14 miles, keep left onto I-20 East.
That's what she sounds like. Oh, I might as well show the Jack voice too. My opinion, the 2 best voices Garmin ever came up with. The version 1 text-to-speech of Jack and Jill.
In In 14 miles, keep left onto I-20 East.
It's a little computery, but it sounds fantastic. Really does. That actually brings up a point, and I will do this in another video with the downloads offered. The Jack and Jill voices for text-to-speech version 1, the main problem with those, it's not really a problem, it's an annoyance, is that when you decide to take a turn that is not on your current route, it will say recalculating, and it will always say recalculating over and over again, and it's really annoying. I programmed 2 voices for Jack and Jill, and for British Emily, and for British Daniel, and for Australian Karen, and for Australian Lee, where the recalculating, I took it out. So you don't ever hear it say recalculating, and believe me, that is good. So I will be offering those for download in a future video. But not for this one, because I gotta get it all together and get them uploaded to Internet Archive and so on. So, in summary, 1490, great unit. It is a great unit. It does have stuttered pausing when you do POI searches. And it does have the recalculating thing in the voice that I just talked about, but extremely legible. It does have pedestrian and bicycle mode, which is really nice. It does have the extended fields on the right side. It's very pleasant to look at, honestly. It's just got a very nice color scheme. You may even notice this in this video, is that the colors are a little bit warmer compared to later models where Garmin went with a little more bluish as far as their overall look is concerned, and it doesn't look as pleasant. But this one in particular, the 1350, 1390, 1450, 1490, they just have a really nice look to them. It's nice to just view. It looks comforting almost. And like I said, had my eye on this for a long time, and finally got one. And yet I'll just oh, there is one more thing that I'll end on. Okay, if you do decide to get one of these, 1350, 1390, 1450, 1490. The 1350 and 1390, by the way, are 4.3 inch versions of this, and the 1450 and the 1490 are 5-inch versions, and this is the 5-inch that you're looking at right now. With whatever one you get, make darn sure that you get the clip, you know, that the mounting clip. It is bespoke to this. Oh, damn, I hit my phone again. I gotta stop doing that. It is bespoke to this unit, so just make very certain you get that clip, because otherwise you're gonna have to spend $9 to $15 just to find another one. They're really annoying. I have to buy that separate. Make sure you get that. And the final thing I'll say is, what is the difference between a 1450 and a 1490? There's only 2 differences. The 1450 has a silver case and no Bluetooth, and the 1490 has a black case and has Bluetooth. Same exact thing for the 1350 and 1390. 1350 silver case, no Bluetooth. 1390 black case has Bluetooth. So there you go. Garmin Nuvi 1490 LMT, and again, if you want the traffic, you got to have a GTM 36 to get that.